Welcome back to the channel. A lot of mixed feelings after witnessing the 2026 Australian Open. Again, heat index 5s appearing out of nowhere. Players treating center court like a Victoria's Secret fashion show. I mean, the game is kind of getting out of hand in a good way, but at the same time, a lot of common tennis fans are kind of just looking at it like, what the fuck's going on over there? Players are retiring up 2 love sets to none, and Johnny Mac certainly wasted no time leaving Melbourne. Again, a lot of stuff to discuss. If you love the channel, drop a like, comment, subscribe. But before we dive into it, I'm a former ATP hitting partner giving out daily edge on your tennis picks and honestly just general commentary on what's going on in today's game. So if you like that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're feeding generations one pick at a time. Now, first thing to cover here, a lot of stuff to cover that just happened in the 2026 Australian Open. But the thing that really stuck out to me was Naomi Osaka. You see, you have a general sports fan around the world looking at your sport wondering why someone's getting so upset when someone fist pumps between points. Now, of course, if you're hearing this at home and listening to me and you're like, hey, I'm a tennis player, and that makes sense, and you may knee jerk and say, you can't do that, it's unsportsmanlike, it's frowned upon. Well, this is all true to the person that just said this to the screen. But as Sangha said, tennis is changing, and from the untrained eye, it makes our sport the laughing stock of the sports world. More importantly, it just came off as racist because it's like, oh, she's just getting mad because she's losing to a black girl. Dare I say it? None of the other tennis channels can say that because they're so tied to the hip to the industry, and you're gonna get some pretty blunt takes over here because we don't give a fuck and we're gonna just call it how it is. But again, I don't mind you're gonna do that, Naomi, but as soon as you become under fire and you feel the pressure in the kitchen, you're gonna withdraw from the tennis tournament. That just walks everything back, and it's just like you just look so weak. And then again, it's just the headlines in the sports world right now. It's not good. And then the next thing is going around is all the gambling surrounding sports. Two things come to mind right now with that: trust and fairness when it comes to the fan's mind. And for the most part, tennis has been excluded from this conversation, and it's been known as the gentleman's game. But in the past year, the way we've seen the organization treat certain players when it comes to suspensions, and again, the Australian Open proved to be no different. Lately, the only beacon of hope in the game since I guess the big two have retired, to be honest, is the new two. And it's no secret, every tournament around the world lusts for a Carlos and Sinner final. Like, that's what they want. Anything else is considered a failure. So when it's time to wheel our sport out into the front and center of the world stage, our first Grand Slam of the year, we want a Sinner Alcaraz final, and anything else would be a failure. So when they saw their show pony begin to wobble and flail around as the American boxed him around the ring, the alarm bells began to ring. It was like it was game over. And this is the closest thing I've honestly seen to live collusion in my sport in my entire life. It's like, what did I just watch? I saw someone complain that they couldn't win, and then everything around them changed. The environment changed. The heat index 5 went to a heat index 4 went up to a heat index 5. I mean, it's not normal. And because the general narrative is, if it's not Sinner or Alcaraz, we're cooked, and the common sports fan doesn't know what they're looking at. Because the snake oil salesman, I mean, friggin' Patrick Margot, I can't even say his last name, is trying to convince us that this generation is better than the golden era. But as Sangha said to Patrick, you've never really been a player, so you can't really talk about this. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to take in. And at the end of the day, it's very concerning to see this continuing to happen in our sport. And it's just, I don't know. It's what are you going to do, right? It's like you can only watch, and the players that it happened to, as you saw, Elliot, he didn't even complain. He just took it on the chin and didn't call a spade, and he said, oh, Sinner really didn't get saved. Of course he did. You had him on the ropes, and you weren't able to finish him. You know what I mean? So it's just highly concerning at the end of the day. But at that being said, if you want to hear more about this and hear about this every week, I'll be dropping, I'd say 1 to 3 videos a week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tennis Director Wheeler, out.
This is the tennis show you didn't know you needed. We decode the players, we expose what actually wins matches, and we do it in a way nobody else dares to do. If you want hype, if you want honesty, if you want the deepest tennis brain in the game, you're in the right place. Welcome.
Fuck your hoe, cause she like that. Yeah, bitch, fat ass, pretty, I might wife that. Niggas swear they pimpin', Scotty sippin', get your wife back. How you